Hey fam, welcome back. So we are in a different little setup today, but we're gonna just rock with it and roll with it. And we are gonna go over what I picked and what I skipped for my low buy February. Now, if you guys caught my 2020 goals kind of like wrap up, catch up video, you know that I kind of blew it this month. Not terribly, but I kind of blew my low buy. So the rules for my low buy are that I can only purchase 3 makeup products per month. And this month I went a little bit over that. I did do well in January. I'm hoping that March will again be better. And I have full control over that, so that's the goal. So let's go ahead and get into the first product that tempted me this month. And that was the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. That one definitely caught my eye. I have the Latte 1 palette. I bought it because my girlfriend Amanda, it's Amanda here on YouTube, she's my YouTube bestie, she had told me how much she loved that latte palette. So I definitely had to pick it up. Still have to try it. But the Latte 2 palette looked so pretty, like kind of cool tone. It was really beautiful. So definitely tempted me this month. Also, February, there were the Jeffree Star mystery boxes, the Valentine's Day releases, and I had tried to get the largest one. I was on the website like half an hour before it even launched. Everything kept freezing up on me. I was so bummed and so sad. I got all grumpy. It turned out to be a huge blessing because the box I would have gotten had the Blue Bud palette in it, which I've already gotten twice. So that was someone was looking out for me with that one. So definitely grateful for the fact that I missed that this month. I was also really tempted to pick up Pat McGrath, both the Mothership 1 palette, I believe it is, might be the 2. I'll insert a picture. And also the Mothership 5. I've had my eye on these palettes for forever. I don't have any full-size Pat McGrath palettes because they're so expensive. But as I talked to you guys about when I talked about this low buy, if I'm only buying 3 products a month, it kind of does allow me to potentially splurge a little bit more than I would have when I was buying a whole lot of things. Now that it's only 3, even if I bought 3 Pat McGrath palettes, that would be less than I was spending a month on makeup in the past. I don't want to do that. Not trying to buy 3 Pat McGrath palettes, but one I can see, 1 or 2. I also definitely was very tempted by the Natasha Denona Love palette, as well as the Cheek palette that came out at the same time. They both were so beautiful, and I definitely love collecting Natasha Denona. I have a small collection, very small collection of her stuff, but it was just exciting to see her do another smaller palette at the $65 price range instead of her $129 typical price range. I definitely was very tempted to pick that up. Also, Tarte Shape Tape now has a glow wand that is supposed to help the Shape Tape concealer to look more hydrated and more glowy. So definitely was tempted for that. I do have Shape Tape. I don't use it too often because I have found that it's a little bit dry. And I have some other concealers in my collection that I also don't reach for as often because they can be a little dry. And I figured that glow wand could actually be really helpful for not only my Shape Tape, but potentially for other concealers as well. So definitely very tempted. I saw Porcelain, Bridget, try that concealer and she definitely looked beautiful. She always looks beautiful, but I really thought that was a beautiful concealer on her and I was very tempted to pick it up this month. Also the ColourPop Mint to Be collection. I don't know what it is with those little 9-pan palettes, none of which I've actually used yet. I have a lot of them. I think I've used the red one once. But yeah, I don't know why I keep being so precious about them. They're so cute and I just keep reaching for other things that I'm like, oh. But I will get around to them. I actually wanted to do a whole color series on my channel I've talked to you guys about for like 6 months now, maybe longer. I will eventually get around to that. But yeah, that little Mint to Be palette was so cute. I love green for some reason. I've been so into green eyeshadows and I don't know, it just really caught my eye this month. Also, this one really surprised me, but the Kylie collab with Stormi, her daughter, that palette for some reason, there hadn't been much Kylie stuff recently that had caught my eye, but for some reason this little purple palette with like some neutral tones and just this really pretty like dusty purple color, it was beautiful. I don't know, it just like really kind of caught my eye, so I definitely considered that this month. Also, Cleonad was having this huge like restock, and I was so tempted to jump on that too. I believe now the next like launch is in April. So I learned about Cleonad Cosmetics on Angelica Nickvis's channel. And then I've seen them on other channels like Lauren May Beauty, who I absolutely adore. I've seen her swatch them and talk about them. They're so beautiful and such special formulas. And I've definitely wanted to try them for the longest time. I wanted to look at their bundles and some of their restock formulas. I don't know, it just definitely like caught my eye. It looked really interesting. They just seem like such beautiful shadows, like just very special and lots of like duochromes. Their stained glass collections are really popular, so definitely want to try them. They are definitely on my list. I also wanted to try the Fenty What It Do setting spray. I really have loved all the products I've tried by Fenty so far, and y'all, how excited are you for premium next month with the whole Fenty takeover box? Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. But when she launched the setting spray, I was like, I don't know, like I'm so tempted. I just love her product so much. I have a ton of setting sprays and no room really in that drawer, so I wasn't sure if it was the right time for me to pick it up, but it definitely caught my eye. Also, more ColourPop. I still am so fixated on the Flutterby palette. It's constantly sold out all the time. They're such pretty like dusty purples. I've been so into this like mauvey dusty purple tone, which I mean, honestly, I probably have in my new nudes palette. But for some reason, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel so attracted to this dusty purple. And I just thought that one was so beautiful. I definitely have it on my radar big time. Also, along the same lines, the Going Coconuts palette has still got my eye. When I first saw it, I'm like, I don't need this. I have these colors. And I just keep seeing it and wanting it more. And I don't know. I mean, I really think that I might need to pick that one up. Maybe. We'll see. Also, the Melt Millennial Pinks palette. That one looked so beautiful. I was between that one and the Natasha Denona palette. They really both resonated with me and I wanted them both so much. And I think they're like around the same price. I think Melt might have been a little less expensive, like in the $50 range. Less shadows though. So I was just really between those two this month big time as I was considering things. I love Melt. I think their company is so cool. It's just like really like fresh and interesting and they're always doing something different. Their color stories are really well thought out and inspired. And I love their brand so much. So it was definitely a toss up between those two this month. And lastly, y'all know what a concealer hoe this girl is, but that Pat McGrath concealer, girl, I want to try it so bad. I have her foundation. I don't have the primer or the setting powder. And she also launched an under eye brightening powder this month as well. I was just like all about the Pat McGrath life and wanted to try all those products. So it was really hard to like figure out which products I was going to buy this month, what I wanted to kind of hold off on. And like I said, I kind of went a little overboard. So anyway, let's get into what I actually picked. Officially this month, my 3 choices were the Natasha Denona Love Palette. I had to do it. I want to encourage Natasha to continue to come out with these smaller, more affordable palettes. So I don't know, I felt like it was like my civic duty to buy this. I love the color story, that was really pretty. And I'm really excited to play with it now that I've shown you guys that I picked it up. I also had to get the Love Glow, the little cheek palette that went with this collection. I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I kept watching reviews and people were loving this. This was choice number 2. And oddly enough, this was totally unexpected. This happened to me last month too, where I ended up buying something that wasn't even on my list. And I did it again. Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I'm not a huge Jaclyn Hill fan. I wish her the best and stuff, but I know there's been a lot of controversy this year. I didn't pick up any of her lipsticks. Even when they launched, I wasn't involved in any of that stuff. Amanda and I both were like, miss me. I haven't picked up her highlighting palettes or anything. I didn't have her first palette with Morphe, but this one, for some reason, I was so moved by it. Like, it was so beautiful. There's this shimmery red in here called Living My Best that I was obsessed with. There's also, I think, it's My Guy, I think. Is this like really beautiful red orange in here. The purples look beautiful. Oh, and I should have mentioned too, I was really, really tempted. I think my list was so much smaller this month because I was sure I was going to get the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. I was sure. I was like, oh yeah, definitely. I just couldn't bring myself to buy it. I really liked the packaging, and I realized that that was pretty much all that I liked. The color story was pretty, but I hardly ever wear purple. I have like 4 or 5 dedicated purple palettes already in my collection that I don't reach for that often, and I had to tell myself that it's not about buying palettes for the packaging. I really had to remind myself of that, but that like I need to buy things I really think I'm going to get good use out of, and I just didn't see myself reaching for that often. The darker colors, like I love Dungeon. I wish I had Dungeon. I like that like gray smoky purple that was really pretty, and I don't know if I have that color in my collection, but the other dark shade was like a violet color, and I feel like I have that exact color like 7 or 8 times in my collection, and everything else was kind of pastel. It didn't move me as much. And then I know we talked about a neutral palette potentially later this year. I've heard rumors about a potential green palette. Who knows? think I might appreciate those and like them more than the purple, just for me. So I didn't pick that up. I don't think I'm going to, just because I don't think I would really get the use out of it that would make it make sense for how much space it would take up in my limited collection drawer space. So I didn't pick that up. But this I had no intention of picking up, and then the more I saw looks with this, the more I saw swatches. I even watched I think it's called like Beauty News or Beauty something. I'll have to find it. They destroyed this palette. And even watching them destroy the pigments inside and seeing what the colors look like when they were broken down, seeing their swatches and everything, I was just convinced. I'm like, I want this palette, whether it's, you know, the most popular palette right now or not, whether everyone loves Jaclyn Hill right now or not. I want this because I want to use it. Like, I actually want these colors in my collection and on my face. Like, I don't know, I just really was into this, and I think I might want to get the first one too now that I know it's been reformulated. But I don't know, I can just see myself bringing this palette and that palette to Mexico with me and having everything I would possibly need. I don't know, I just really wanted it, and I just felt like this was where my heart was at, and this was what was inspiring me and making me want to like play with makeup. So this is the direction I went in, and hopefully I don't upset any of you if you're boycotting this Morphe or Jaclyn Hill or anything else. I'm really just kind of here to talk about makeup. I don't know, I just really wanted this. Please don't hate me. I'm sorry. However, additionally, I did buy some other things this month besides my 3 products that I was supposed to pick. I did purchase 3 Katsy Lou lip products this month as well, because I really wanted to do that lip swatch video and support Kat. This did break my low buy, but it was just worth it. No regrets. I also did Boxy pop-up this month, but I think I was pretty responsible. I picked up a No Problem primer from pop-up because I love this. I'm almost finished my first bottle. I do have a backup, but these are $18 typically, and I think I got it for like $6 or something like that. It was like pretty affordable. And then my Becca Hydrating, what is this called? Becca Hydra Mist Satin Refresh Powder, which I love. Mine is like, probably have about a quarter left in my little pot of powder. So I wanted to pick up a backup while they had it on pop-up. I think this was like $9. So it wasn't expensive. I didn't splurge or anything. These are both very affordable. And I also picked up these Cover FX little glitter drops, which I have wanted for forever. I got the shade Aurora, I believe. And I had swatched these in Sephora forever ago, and I loved them. I thought they were so pretty. But I didn't pick them up at the time, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about them for like 8 months. Lord knows why I need glitter drops, but it's just been on my mind. I'm like, I wish I would have bought it. So when this was at pop-up, I was like, I'm doing it. It's affordable. It was like under $10. I'm doing it. So I did get these from pop-up, which also broke my low buy. And then these were just kind of like, again, not too expensive, but kind of splurgy. I did end up getting a 4th product. I got the Tarte Glow Wand, the Shape Tape Glow Wand. I really wanted to try this. And I was in Ulta, and I was like, you know what, F it, and I just got it. So this was full price. I didn't get it on sale. This was just me being extra on my low buy. And then the last 3 products, these I got from TJ Maxx. I know I said I wasn't going to buy any more Too Faced, but I did. These little blushes are so cute. And I do like the blushes and the bronzer from this line. I think they're really beautiful. It was one of the products I mentioned in my reviews that I thought these were like the best things that came out of this whole line, and like one of my favorite products from Too Faced. I didn't have many that I was like in love with, but these I really did like. And Andrea Metalano had also talked about how much she loves these blushes as well. So I've wanted to try them for forever. They were like $6 or $7 or $9 or something at TJ Maxx. They were under 10. So I got these 2. And the last thing I picked up, I got from Amazon for $9. So again, not that expensive. I didn't go too crazy, but it is the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. I have wanted this for the longest. It is so pretty. I love this color story. I know Nicole Cutler loves this palette. It's been at TJ Maxx. I actually was looking for it in TJ Maxx when I found those blushes. I was able to find it on Amazon for $9. So I was pretty happy. It isn't everything I hoped it would be, but I think also that's because I haven't been able to use any primer or concealer on my eyelids because of my lashes. So I'm thinking that this might be a product that just really needs a tacky base to stick, because I feel like it kind of blended right off my eyes. This is my first experience with Milani eyeshadows, so it could just be that I'm expecting or accustomed to pigment from different palettes, maybe that are a little bit more expensive than this one. But I love this color story, and I really want to make it work. So that was basically everything. What do you guys think? I don't think I blew it too bad. I mean, I did go over, but I feel like everything I got was like pretty inexpensive, and was like kind of like I had to strike while the iron was hot, you know what I mean? Because stuff at TJ Maxx flies out, and also stuff at Boxy Pop-Up you can only get for a limited time. So Plus, I love Kat. I love her. I had to do that video. So anyway, I hope I didn't disappoint you guys too much with blowing my low by this month. I hope to be much better with it in March. I thank you all so much for being here. I love you all so much. What did you pick up in February? All right, I'll talk with you guys soon.